Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be talking to you about building your confidence for a fight. Alright, so to start this off, I just want to talk to you about how fighting isn't always based on just the physical aspect of it. You may have a guy that's really fast, really strong, and has good technique on a heavy bag or on pads, but once he gets in the ring and he has punches coming back at him, he just shuts down. This is pretty common, especially among first-time fighters. So what this video is going to be about is explaining to you how you can build up your mental strength, unlike my other videos which have all been physical. I'm going to be talking about what a lot of people have been asking me in private messages about adrenaline, building confidence, and just having an all-around indomitable spirit. Because if you have confidence in a fight, you're going to be that much better of a fighter in the street or in the ring. Alright, before I get into actual tips of how to build your confidence, I just want to say that you got to remember that your opponent is only human, just like you. He's going to be just as nervous as you are. You got to remember that. Even if he's showing confidence, screaming, rips his shirt off and all that, those are just ways to try to break you down and to hype himself up. When in reality, he's pretty much just as scared as you are of him. So what you're going to have to do is do your best to just breathe, relax, and stay calm. And this is where training comes into play, which brings me to my first tip. Alright, I talk about shadowboxing a lot, and I have a lot of videos of me shadowboxing and explaining what shadowboxing is. Pretty much it's just a way of working all your techniques, your footwork, your defense, your offense, conditioning, and your stamina. You're going to throw punches, you're going to throw kicks, you're going to go for takedowns, sprawls to avoid the takedowns. You're going to throw combos of punches, you're going to throw single punches. You're going to throw punch to kick combos, palm strikes, elbows, headbutts, knees to the groin, everything you would in a real fight. This is your chance to practice everything that you have in your arsenal for when the fight actually occurs. Now, imagination is really important because you really want to visualize your opponent. But I want you guys to take it one step further. I want you guys to really imagine you walking down the hallway in school and some kid pushes you up against the locker. What's going to be going on through your head? How you're going to react, what he's going to be doing, what his face is going to look like. He might have a stern face and he's going to get real close to you and try to scare you and scream at you. And that's likely. A lot of guys do that to hype themselves up and scare you, like I said. They might rip off their jacket and throw it on the ground. They might jump around, they might start pushing you. These are all things you got to be ready for. Now my advice would be to stay calm. One thing I like to do is smile, put a little smirk on my face. You know, just to remind myself when I'm happy I smile. And that'll keep me calm. And at the same time, he's going to be looking at me like, why is this kid smiling? He's enjoying this right now? Because in his head, he's scared as hell. So when you're shadowboxing, I want you to visualize the whole thing as it goes down from beginning to end. And remember, you're not always going to be winning your fights. So imagine taking a hit and you're dazed and you don't know who you are or where you're at. And you cover up, but then you got to return because it's a fight and you need to fight your heart out. And if you're a ring fighter, a competitive fighter, you can do the same. Imagine him walking to the ring. Imagine the announcer announcing your name. Imagine your heart beating and you stepping into the ring. And then you circle the ring and you're getting ready. And then the bell rings. You got to imagine all these things as you're shadowboxing so that when it comes, it's second nature. And you feel good, you feel comfortable, and you're calm. And then you fight as you were in your training. Alright, my next tip is train hard and the fight will be easy. Great ways to join a gym. Join a dojo. Join an MMA gym, a boxing gym, a karate gym. Or even just join a regular weightlifting or cardio gym. Knowing that in your head, that you put out the effort and you're in shape, more so than your opponent most likely, will give you confidence. And on the same token, if you hear all these rumors about your opponent, about how he's some world-class Golden Glove boxer or MMA fighter that's been on TV, or he can lift 3,000-pound bench press, alright, like I said earlier, he's still human. You kick any male in the balls and he's going to feel it. Punch anyone in the throat. You catch anyone on the chin with a good hit and they're going to go down. So train hard, and you know that the harder you train, the more you're capable of. When that fight comes and you start to get winded and tired, or if you feel pain, just think back to your training, how much effort you put into it, and just think, okay, I've been through this before, I know how it goes. I'm just going to push it 1 degree more, and I'm going to win this fight. The more you train, the more it'll be ingrained into your head, and it'll be second nature. It'll come natural in the fight. Alright, my third tip here is never give up from beginning to end. Don't doubt yourself. If before the fight even starts and this kid's yelling at you and he looks big, he takes his shirt off and he's real muscular and he looks like he knows how to fight, and if you start doubting yourself, then you're already losing the fight. Instead, I want you to stay calm. Remember all the previous tips I told you. Remember your training. Remember that he's only human. Remember to keep your hands up and your chin tucked and your elbows in. Remember all the weapons in your arsenal, and remember to fight your hardest. Think about the possible consequences and the regrets you'll have after the fight. Even if you lose, if you fought as hard as you possibly could, then you shouldn't have any regrets. But if during the fight you get tired and you think, I'm just going to cover up and let him beat me up until he stops, then you shouldn't be proud. You should fight as hard as you can in the fight so that afterwards you have no regrets. It's like I always say to people too, when you get tired in the fight, you can always be tired after the fight. The fight's not going to last that long, just push through it. Feel pain, push through it. You felt pain before. Alright guys, that was another Fight Tips instructional on confidence. Now I want you to really listen to all the things I've told you. Hopefully you didn't space out and you actually really learned it. If you want, rewatch the video 10 times. Just remember that your brain tells your body to throw punches. So if you need your brain to do that, then you need your brain to convince you that you can win a fight. So get the training. Get your mental game strong. Until next time, FightTips.com. Oh, and I'm looking for suggestions for new videos. You can find that on the Fight Tips Facebook page. You can just send them to me here on YouTube, or you can go over to the forums. There's an official thread on it. Just let me know, and hopefully your suggestion will be made into a video. Thanks everybody. See you.
That step in, bang, and that's it. That's all it is. As opposed, that step in, bang, and that's it. That's all it is. As opposed, that step in,
so if you were to hit me,
that's it. That's all
I
it is.
couldn't hit him.
As opposed,
Yeah,
that's it. That's all it is.
His hand.
As opposed.